name again. It was very cleverly designed. They worked in collaboration with the guys who flew the planes and the world government people who put charges in the building and demolished it. And if you saw those buildings, they were imploded. People heard explosions, and if you look at the pictures of them, they came down like that, just like that. They didn't fall sideways or anything like that. And if you read the information on how those towers were built, you will see it was impossible to happen what happened there. Now, that's interesting. So I'm telling you, I've got the information on this. And that was the crisis that brought about the change that was needed to bring about a world government. How many people died? 3,000. It was a blood sacrifice to Lucifer. A blood sacrifice to Lucifer. You're dealing with a satanic plan here. And those people were sacrificed in order to bring in a crisis that would bring about a system where you were under observation at all times. Now, did you know in New Zealand now, I don't want to frighten anybody, but you go to New Zealand, they never had any security at the airports, nothing. You go through there now, they will examine all your bags going in and out, even flying within the country. You now go through x-rays. They never had that before September the 11th. And therefore you see the crisis very cleverly done. You say, have they ever done that before? Yes, Hitler did it years ago. Hitler bombed one of his own buildings and blamed the Jews for it. The American government did the same thing at Oklahoma. You remember the Oklahoma bombing of the Murrah Center? They said Timothy McVeigh did it. His bomb hardly did any damage at all. It just damaged the outside of the building. But there were charges laid on the 3rd floor that right against the main beams in that building that brought the whole thing down. And a man called Major General Parton of the US Air Force was going to go and inspect the area. He said, Timothy McVeigh's bomb hardly did any damage at all. I will prove that. He said, please hold it up until I get there. And they demolished the building before he arrived. There were people on the alcohol, tobacco, firearm, ATF, is it? On the top building, the 9th floor, they were all out that day. They knew exactly what they were doing. And the thing was brought down by people setting up world government so they could blame the patriots, of whom Timothy McVeigh was one of the members of the Patriot movement. Get the idea? Now they've done it again to the Trade Center, and people need to understand. You remember the face of Satan in the smoke? Some of you saw that. That was real. That was really there. They can't explain that. The face of Satan was in the smoke. It was a satanic thing. That's the crisis that will bring about the world government, you see. We're now ready to receive chips. We'll receive anything as a form of protecting ourselves. Get the idea? Young people piercing themselves, they'll go for it in a big way. I want you to know this, that when I was preaching in Malaysia, I met a woman there who belonged to a religion. She said, when I joined this religion, they put jewels into my body. I had diamonds and rubies and pearls stuck into my flesh by the power of Satan. She said they were called implants. And when I received Jesus, the night I gave my life to Jesus, they all fell out on the floor. Good stuff? They said the ultimate implant, of course, will be the mark of the beast. And that's why Satanists have a little implant in them, so they can be traced by the Satanist movement anywhere in the world. But once we receive Jesus, the implant will come out. But the ultimate is going to come. It's spoken of in the book of Revelation, and it's spoken of in chapter 13. Okay, let's put this one on, please. Let's read it. On March the 20th, 2001, Japan's on the verge of monetary collapse. September the 11th, the attack on America. September 2001, Greenspan cuts the interest rates for the 9th time. Now he's done it 11.5 times. Now look at this one. Japan has $500 billion invested in US banks. If they withdraw their currency, an overnight collapse could occur. And I want you to understand the amount is $500 billion. And that means their investments in the Gold Coast. Gold Coast. They take it out, that'll bring down Australia. And if they take it out of England, anywhere in the world, America, they can collapse America overnight. We're right on the edge at this very moment of speaking. This is serious stuff. That will lead on, of course, to the biblical stage. We are now reading in the book of Revelation. Let's read, shall we? Chapter 13, verses 16 to 18, preparations for the mark of the beast. All together, verse 16. That's the wrong one, dear, please. 16. Here we go. And speaking of the Antichrist, and he causeth all, come on, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Next one, please. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Now tonight, Some of you who were in the meeting years ago will know that we have talked about this for many years now. And I'm going to give you the update where we're up to at the moment. What we've noticed is this, that first of all of you in this meeting tonight are under the 666 system, and the first number they want on you is your birth date. The next number they want on you is your mesh block. The next one they want on you is your ID. Some years ago when I wrote my book in 1978, this one, I said that there was a computer opened in Brussels where where everybody was going to get 3 lots of 6 digits. And they want, those are your 3 lots of 6. Now, if you follow the British system, your birth date is always written down, day, month, year. The American system altogether, month, day, year. The world government system altogether, year, month, day. So if you were born on the 7th of July, 77, 77, 07, 07, that's the world government format. For example, if you're wanted anywhere in the world, the police can go through all the computers, years, months and days. Anybody got a passport here tonight, please? Could someone bring me their passport if you don't mind? This now. This will give you a shock. Thank you, dear. Thank you very much. You don't mind if I tell the people? Good girl. Okay. Okay. Pastor Norman, what are your eyes like, bro? Good shape, aren't they? Okay, he's going to put his glasses on. I heard of this lady the other day, you know, she was wearing glasses and a friend came to visit her and she said, I didn't know you wore glasses. And this lady said, I didn't know I needed them until the other day I was doing some baking and I killed 5 chocolate chippies with a fly swat. Okay, now, this lady's birthday here, can you see it there?
Birthday?
Her birthday.
Yeah. 29th of October 57.
Is that correct? Where's the owner? Is that correct there? 29th of what? October 57. Now we're going to get Pastor Norman to read down below here. Start with 57, if you can see it there. Loud voice. Yeah.
57.
That's the year 57.
102.
10 is October.
29.
29 is the day. That's it there. Thank you. Now, stop. Stop. I can't stop him. He's out of control. Have a look at this, please. Down the bottom on your passport on the front page, it's all done in world government format down the bottom here. Everybody check your passport when you get home. You'll see it there. No matter what country in the world people give me their passport, it's always the same now. It's all ready for a world government, one world government. Now the next thing, thanks Norman, the next thing the world government guys have done, they've divided the world into squares called mesh blocks. If you live in Sydney, for example, you could be 02. It's not, but you could be. If you live in Penshurst, it could be 27, the small block, and then down to within 2 streets of where you live, 11. Your mesh block or location is now 022711. 6 digits again, you see. All they've got to do now is give you an ID, 437129. And any Kiwi who drives a motor car has got one already, because New Zealand is the test case for every foul thing they do. Did you know they gave us rotten petrol recently in New Zealand? There was a bunch of rotten petrol they got. No one else would take it. New Zealand took it. And you put it in your motor mower and you have a fire. As soon as you pull the cord, the whole thing caught on fire. Cars were catching on fire left, right and centre because of the stupid petrol they gave us. I'm going to show you my ID. Everybody look at this. Here it is. I've got an ID now. Look, there it is. This is the ID. This is called a driver's license, but it's not. It's an ID. And you have to give them a digital photograph and a digital signature, and the old license, which was a lifetime license, they suddenly cancelled and said you can no longer use that. You must get one of these. And they gave us a certain period of time to get it. And if you don't have one of those, the police can stop you, take the car from you, drive it back to the police station until you get one of those. You lose it. A lot of Kiwis are very angry about this. They don't want to take it. And so they just buy another car for $200, you see. And the police stations are full of cars. They don't know what to do with it. Just keep driving these wrecks around. Get the idea? Now, let me tell you about this. Everybody watch. This is not an ordinary photograph. That's a digital photograph. And in order to get it taken, you put your head in a box. You've got to stick your head in this box. Honestly, you do. Which of you have had that done, please? Anybody from New Zealand had that done? You stick your head in this box. Is that right, brother?